Thank you for joining me on another episode of Making a Mark in Tech. Let's dive right into what is a front-end developer. Number one, out of the 5 things you want to know and need to know to be a front-end developer. Number one, a front-end developer works very closely with WebX and WebY to help build out the interface of the website for the user. So the functionality should work seamlessly, right, for you as a user, so therefore you can get to where you want to go without any problems. So let's take an example, just a simple example we all use, Netflix. When you click into the search button or you are clicking on new releases, you want it to go directly to those locations without any problems. That's what a front-end developer works on. Not so much the overall look, that's more of a web designer, but a front-end developer, again, helps the interaction work smoothly. When you click on where you want it to go, you expect it to go there. That's what a front-end developer does, okay? Number two, there are 3 basic coding techniques and platforms you want to know and learn in order for you to be at your best. And the basic ones that you want to know are HTML, hypertext markup language, and CSS, cascading style sheets, okay? Once you have these 2 in your arsenal or your knowledge bank, you are going to be sought after and always have a position rather in the industry, especially as a front-end developer, because these are the basic coding tools you need to know. A third one that you'll also want to know and learn is JavaScript. JavaScript is helping you understand how to put in different functionalities like real live time mapping or how to make a game work smoothly, okay? So once you get those 3 knowledge banks, in it, if you will, or get that knowledge, you're gonna be able to be a front-end developer for a long time, all right? So that's number 2, your knowledge that you want to acquire in order to be a front-end developer. Number 3, you wanna know what kind of traits it requires for you to be a front-end developer as well. This is the thing, some people are not cut out to be a front-end developer. Why? Because when you are a front-end developer, you're going to have to face debugging and making sure you are able to puzzle solve, not problem solve, but puzzle solve very seamlessly. If you're a type of person that gets frustrated with things very easy, it may not be the career for you to be a front-end developer, all right? Reason being, a front-end developer, well, like I said, you're gonna run into bugs and you have to figure out where along the way in your coding you have maybe have made a mistake, or you see something down the pike that you want to avoid, right? But you gotta look at them as puzzles, not as something so disastrous that you cannot correct, all right? And as you become seasoned, what they call a senior level front-end developer, your job is to anticipate the problems well before they even get started. But you'll get better at that once you get into the career, but you want to know your traits first. You want to make sure you have that problem-solving gene, if you will, or personality, because if you don't, you'll be in trouble, all right? So that's number 3. Number 4, let's talk about what does a front-end developer get paid. Well, a front-end developer can earn anywhere from $99,000 upwards to that senior level I was talking about, upwards to say $155,000 a year. That's not bad, right? And like if I may have mentioned or haven't mentioned before, front-end development is in demand. So it's always gonna be a position where you can get a job, all right? And that earning power is real. $99,000 to $155,000 is the earning potential for you as a front-end developer. And as you matriculate through the career and become a senior developer, like I said, on the higher end of 155 and maybe even more, depending upon where you're working, okay? So those are some things you want to think about as far as what is a front-end developer, what do they do, what traits do they need to have. Now you also want to know as well, where can you go to get educated on being a front-end developer? Well, you want to think about, there's a few academies out there that actually help you expedite the knowledge base you need in order to become a front-end developer. They teach you the skills of CSS, HTML, and JavaScript, right? And I chose these particular academies. Now, I'm not getting paid by them, but I chose them through the research that I found, because I understand a lot of us are busy. A lot of us are working different jobs, but now we want to transition into becoming a front-end developer, but we want to make sure that it's not something that we have to go 4 or 5 years of schooling just to get a good job, right? So the schools or academies that I've chosen are, some of these are boot camps and some of these are academies you can go at your leisure. But the first one that I like that appealed to me is SkillCrush. It's actually built so you can actually take the course in 3 months and just by studying 1 hour a day, okay, which I think is phenomenal. Me being a busy person, I'm sure you're a busy person, that works well for us to be able, I would think, to be able to get educated properly. And they cover the CSS, they cover HTML, they even cover JavaScript and things like that, okay? The other two academies that I researched that do well, and again, this is a little bit longer classes, but again, you can come out of these and get placed in a career as a front-end developer pretty easily. The first one is Codecademy, and the second one is W3 Schools. These particular academies and schools are fantastic. They actually give you a little bit more knowledge on jQuery, which is another coding style, as well as they go a little more in depth with JavaScript as well to help you educate yourself and know what to do with that, okay? So those are the 5 things you need to know if you want to become a front-end developer. I think it's a profession that is in demand. I know it is in demand, and it's one that will allow you to have job security going forward, okay? So thank you for joining me for this episode of Making a Mark in Tech. Take that information. I will place links below, so therefore you can go check out the academies that I talked about, as well as understanding a little bit more about what this particular job career holds for you. And if this is one you want to change into, I say let's do it. So let's make a mark in tech. I'll see you guys next time.